The first huge Team of the Season SBC is Desiree Doué of PSG. With 5-star skills, amazing in-game stats, and fantastic playstyles, it's a huge start to Team of the Season. The SBC is coming in at just under 1 million coins, and today the aim is to see whether he is worth it, especially with the likes of Cherky being less than 200k. If you missed his review, go and check it out. If you need the coins for this SBC, as it is expensive, make sure you go to the link in the description and go to fifacoin.com. Every time you top up your coins this Team of the Season, you have a chance of getting an extra bonus 10%. Make sure that you use code BIRD at checkout for the biggest discount on your coins. So we're going to put him in this position just like we did with Cherky, and let's play some games. Let's give Doué his first touch on the ball then. He does have Rapid Plus, which means he should be able to break away quite well. He does have 5-star skills, so we can have a little bit of fun in this game, trying to jink our way past some of these defenders. I'm not sure how he's managed to get through there. Bang it! Good start! First shot, first goal. Doué does have first touch plus, so if we ping the ball into him like this, he's going to be able to take it in his stride and then start an attack. Nice little through ball to Lineker there. So these kind of scenarios, getting the ball and immediately being able to break away is fantastic. Doué does also have incisive pass, so you're going to be able to play through people like that. Oh, nearly. And so if you're using him as a cam, then those through balls are going to be really, really good. And he's going to get a lot of assists, as he nearly gets one there. Can he score himself? Not quite. Ping that ball into the feet of Tolisso. It's a lovely pass by Doué. Should have led to a goal. This card does also have the base version of Technical Dribble, which combined with his stats should mean that he'd be able to keep the ball really nicely in tight spaces, break away from players as so, and then Finesse Plus. Maybe not quite the standard use case, you normally ping it from 25 yards, but a lovely finish utilizing two of those playstyles really, really well. What I'm really looking for with this Doué, though, is something that sets him apart, especially considering the Cherky card is so affordable. And he's also double 5-star, whereas Doué is 5-star 4-star. Chemistry is not a problem with any of these cards either. And we're trying him out as a Shadow Striker plus, which is his best role comfortably for a cam position. Into the feet of Doué. Strong strike leads to an offside assist. Gary. Let's go, Doué. Let's go. Little low-driven shot into the bottom corner. I don't believe... No, he does not have the playstyle, so that's just a nice, tidy finish. Let's go, Doué. Nice turn of pace. Just about gets away from the defender there. Wasn't the easiest, to be fair. A lot of defenders there would barge you off the ball very easily. He's done really, really well. That utilization of rapid. He also has base quick step as well. And a nice finish on that left foot into the bottom corner. Pretty nice goal. Oh my god, Doué to end the game with a banger. What on earth was that? I have no idea. First impressions from the first game, he gets a match ball, which is pretty good. I'm obviously directly comparing him to Cherky because he's the previous player that we reviewed. As I said before, check that one out if you haven't already, because that card is 10 out of 10 value. This card is coming in at 5 times the cost of Cherky, and my first impression is I couldn't tell you exactly why. We'll play a few more games, we'll see what more we can get out of him, but I'm not too sure. Doué with a little bit of a breakaway. Nice little speed boosts that he's got going on there. He still doesn't feel crazy fast, though, considering his stats and playstyles. However, Finesse Shot Plus, not quite hitting the mark, though. Ping that in. Lovely little dribble to get past the defender. Bit of tight dribbling. Back to him. Finesse Plus! That is the prime way to use this Doué. Utilize all of his playstyles in one go. That is what we need to do more. Ooh, that's a nice little breakaway there from Doué. That seems to be the place where I'm finding most success with him. He's pinging it into his feet, utilizing the first touch plus and then his pace playstyles to break away from a player. Like, we can fizz it into him there. And then look at that. The breakaway is really, really good. And, of course, I'm using him as a cam in this formation, but that would be perfect for utilizing him as a winger as well. Oh, my God. We've sat the keeper down. How? How did he save that? Team of Season Ruley. Next review. Oh, my God. The pace on the breakaway. Ruley is stopping everything I'm trying here. I'm really struggling to get this sort of superstar million coin player out of this card so far. And I think if you're going to be a million coin SBC during Team of the Season, to not be double 5-star when we've had Foot Birthday, when you've got cards like Cherky that exist, you've got to excel in other areas. And so far, I'm not quite seeing it. Oh, once again, it's a combination of those same things. Drilling the ball into him, and then utilizing another playstyle to progress the ball forwards. Try out that 4-star weak foot. Another good save by Ruley, to be fair. Nice little piece of play. De Mornay played through by Doué. That is an assist on the cards for this game. And we're nearly 2 matches into this card's sort of playthrough review at this stage. And I just can't get this to click so far in terms of justifying its price point. It's a good card, do not get me wrong. My impressions so far are solid. However, with the prices of other Team of the Seasons from both the men and women so far, this should not cost 1 million coins. It does have to be said that we are reviewing this card in what feels like really heavy gameplay. So there is a world where if you do not experience button delay or any of the problems connection-based that this game has to offer for a lot of us day to day, this Ruley, by the way, stopping Doué from getting multiple goals in this game, he's actually been fantastic. But even with the delay that I'm experiencing, he does feel pretty damn smooth on the ball. Let's see if we can ping this one in. I cannot believe this Ruley card. There are some cards in this game where when you go into a match and you are experiencing some kind of delay, they're completely and utterly unusable. I would not say that that is the case for this Doué, based on the couple of games that we've played so far. It is frustrating when you try a skill move and he does the wrong one because of the lag, but that's going to happen with any card. For example, Harry Kane, phenomenal card, but in sluggish gameplay, he turns like an absolute truck. This Doué does not have those same problems. As we get into game number 3 with Doué, this is where we normally try to look at some alternatives to this card, especially as it is an SBC. Could your money be better spent elsewhere? Oh, he's absolutely done that defender, and it's a lovely little low-driven finish past the goalkeeper. Great start to his 3rd game here, Doué. But let's start off with a very, very comparable card in Team of the Year, Guro Reiten. Same positions, similar playstyle, similar stats. She's half the cost of this card. And she's not untradeable. The new Majri card that came out with D1 Arkema. Very similar to Doué. Similar positions. Again, significantly cheaper. Coming in at about 150k. She has very similar playstyles, both getting the Finesse Plus treatment, both 5-star, 4-star, and just such better value. Oh, the breakaway though, the pace, it is crazy how quick this card can feel with some of the breakaways. In general terms, he does not feel like his pace. Another Team of the Season that is very similar is the new Lang card, 95 rated, 150,000 coins max on him, and yet this card is coming in at nearly $1 million. It's very, very hard to understand what sets this card apart unless he bangs this in. Not quite. Just considering the amount of upgrade SBCs that there are, some other crazy players are going to be coming out all the time throughout Team of the Season. It feels like your fodder is best used elsewhere rather than this Doué. You see right there, sometimes the dribbling, it just doesn't quite feel pristine for a card that has such good stats. Does that come down to his low reactions and composure compared to other cards? Maybe. And so if we're trying to rate each of the main attributes for this Doué card, he starts off with 97 pace. But honestly, it doesn't necessarily feel like it, especially compared to the likes of Cherky. This card does not feel as quick. Now, with the use of the playstyles, like you've just seen right there, he can feel rapid at times, but in general, I feel like it's a bit disappointing. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, even though he's got 97 pace. Let's ping this in as we're about to talk about the shooting on this Doué. I think I'm going to have to give him a 9 out of 10. His stats are really, really good. He's got Finesse Shot Plus, which for a left winger or cam is a pivotal playstyle. He does also have Power Shot, so you can rely on him in that regard. The only reason why he hasn't scored more goals for me is because that Ruley put in an unbelievable performance in Game 2. His passing, as we play through Gary Lineker to maybe get an assist right here. Lovely finish, Gary. That's how it's done. Is actually really good. He's got fantastic vision, short passing and long passing, and he's got incisive pass, which, once again, if you're playing him through the middle, is a vital playstyle. So I'll give him a 9 out of 10 because he doesn't have all of the passing playstyles in that regard. Now it comes to the dribbling of this card, and we start things off by talking about that technical dribble combined with his first touch plus, which is really, really good. He obviously has 5-star skill moves. He doesn't have Trickster Plus or any of those crazy ones, but he does feel really nice. And what is going on here? He does feel responsive on the ball more so than a lot of other players in this game. I just think that even though he has 96 dribbling, it feels like he maybe requires a bit of a chem style boost, because he has 90 composure, 90 reactions, 91 agility, and 90 balance. Whilst they're pretty damn good stats, they're not elite level, which is what you should be getting if you're spending 1 million coins on an SBC of a guy with really high dribbling. And so, in terms of how he actually feels on the ball, like his skill moves, do they feel responsive and stuff like that? There are some players where you can do the same skill move and it will feel significantly better with one than the other. This Doué, it's a little bit disappointing in that regard. I was expecting him to feel ridiculously clean on the ball every time he was on it, and I just haven't quite had that feeling. So some of his dribbles feel really good. He does have the skills, he does have technical, and in combination with first touch and everything like that, I think you can still give him a 9 out of 10, which is great for most players, but not when you're spending this much. Overall, for this card, with 40 minutes left to incredibly impress me, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10, because he's been good, but he's not blown me away, and I don't feel like this feels like a crazy upgrade compared to what most people are going to be using in their teams at this stage of the game. If you're doing your first team of the season SBC, and you're spending 1 million coins on it and it doesn't blow you away, to me that's really disappointing. And so when we look at the value for money, you have to directly compare him to some of these other cards, especially Cherky, who is also French from Ligue 1. He's double 5-star though. This card doesn't have a 5-star weak foot, and that card costs 1/5 of the price of this SBC. So I think in terms of value out of 10, it's really not good. I might have to put him down as like a 6, maybe even a 5. And I'm kind of upset that it wasn't the other way around, that Cherky ended up being a cheap SBC and Doué was the big guy you bought off the market, but then I could go and sell him and just use the cheaper guy. I might actually have to go and rebuy Cherky, and this Doué will just sit in the club for when we do other videos. There's a world where I use this card in slightly better gameplay, and he feels elite. But you can't judge a card based on that, because the majority of the time the gameplay is not very smooth. The first big team of the season SBC, and I simply can't recommend it. He's going to be fine for you, like he's not going to be terrible, but he's not worth the fodder or coins. And I do wonder if that is because EA didn't anticipate the team of the season cards on the market being as cheap as they are, in which case you can understand their valuation, and maybe other team of the season SBCs will be considerably less. But after watching Doué in real life and just watching him ball out, it's a shame that this card could have felt so much better. Go on, Doué! Prove me wrong, right at the last. Do them all. You can do it! Did we try and sit down the keeper? Oh, I panicked. Oh, that's a nice little breakaway. And that is where we found the most success with this Doué, is pinging the ball into him and then breaking away from a defender like that. What a push forward that was. So there are unique instances where he does feel electric, but I just haven't had enough of it. Let's give him one final chance to shine. Can he score this penalty? He has 86 or 82 penalties without a chem style. This is boosting him up a little bit, and if that doesn't sum up the disappointment I've had with what this card could have been, I'm not sure anything will better than that. I do not recommend this card. I really, really don't. Let me know who else you want to see me review throughout this week. I do plan on doing Vitinha because I did pack him. Maybe we'll look at some of the women's cards. I have De Mornay in the club. Do you want to see anyone else? Leave it down in the comments.